This, he said, was alone the path to progress. Later, much later, I realized that those were the very words he's lived by all through his life. They are both philosophical and practical. White like the world he grew up in as a boy in the island town of Rameswaram, in South India. His father, a humble boat owner, Jain Ulabdeen, was a devout Muslim and a close friend of the Rameswaram temple priest. Kalam was brought up in a multi-religious, tolerant society, one with a progressive outlook. His father often quoted from the Quran to make the young Kalam see the world without fear. He had 7 siblings, and a doting mother who, at times, made chapatis for Kalam, while the others were given rice, as Kalam's day would start at 4 in the morning and end at 11 p.m. His father wasn't educated, but he wanted Kalam to study. Kalam would get up at 4 a.m., bathe, and then go for his mathematics class, which was taught by a teacher who took only 5 students in the whole session. And bathing before class was a condition he had laid to all his students. After his morning class, Kalam along with his cousin Samsudin went around town distributing the newspaper. As the town had no electricity, kerosene lamps were lit at his home between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. But because Kalam studied until 11, his mother would save some for him for later use. Being a bright student, Kalam always had the support of his school teachers. Schwarz High School's Yadurai Solomon often told Kalam that if he truly, intensely desired something, he would get it. This made me fearless, said Dr. Kalam. And outside school, Ahmed Jalaluddin, who later became his brother-in-law, and Samsudin, encouraged Kalam to appreciate nature's wonders. So at once, while growing up, he was exposed to a religious and a practical way of looking at the world. The flight of birds had fascinated him since he was a boy, but it was years later he realized that he wanted to fly aircrafts. After finishing school, he took up physics at St. Joseph's College, Tricky, but towards the end he was dissatisfied. When he discovered aeronautical engineering, he regretted having lost 3 precious years. But he was glad to have discovered Leo Tolstoy, Thomas Hardy, and F. Scott Fitzgerald, and other English poets in his college years. At Madras Institute of Technology, MIT, Chennai, where Kalam studied aeronautics, he learned an important lesson: the value of time. He was leading a project on system design, when one day the principal walked into the class to see his work. He appeared dissatisfied and told Kalam that he wanted the project finished in the next 2 days, else his scholarship aid would be withdrawn. That unsettled Kalam. Years of his father's hardships would come to naught. Kalam worked without food and sleep. On the last day, his professor came to check on his progress. He was impressed and said, "I was putting you under stress and asking you to meet a difficult deadline," recounted Dr. Kalam. Although Kalam has led several projects in his professional life, he's treated each like his last. Such was his passion. No wonder he's always led projects. His advisor, Major General R. Swaminathan, explained Kalam's success as a leader. He has this unique capability of being a boss as well as a worker. He can take on any role with ease. When Dr. Kalam's first major project SLV-3 failed the first time, he was almost shattered. Also, around this time, Kalam's childhood mentor, Jalaluddin, died. "A part of me too passed away," said Dr. Kalam, "but he never thought of quitting after SLV-3. I knew that for success, we have to work hard and persevere." And so, SLV-3 was launched again, this time with success. He drew strength from philosophy, religion, and literature to tide by his professional setbacks. Also a life with few companions. In time, He also learned to deal with professional jealousy and in cooperative team members. Kalam played a pivotal organizational, technical, and political role in India's Pokhran nuclear test in 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. He is Chancellor of Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology Tiruvananthapuram, a professor at Anna University Chennai and adjunct/visiting faculty at many other academic and research institutions across India. Success followed Dr. Kalam. Prithvi, Agni, Akash, Trisol and Nag missiles were huge successes. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan and Bharat Ratna, and then he became the President of India. One of the few presidents who have touched the hearts of so many Po children in the country. Because he also came from a Po background, he knew the power of education in changing one's future.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.